What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I want to talk about the dark truth in crypto that a lot of people don't really take into account when they start investing. And it has to do with everything with you, the investor, and your journey. The first thing that you should be aware of as a beginner investor, or just an investor in general, is that you're going to be on your own. You can't look to get validation, whether it's from your friends, your family, your YouTubers, your peers. Investing is something that people don't want to take a risk with. Anytime you're working with purpose to change directions, whether it's your life for the better, anytime you're working on yourself, you're always going to have a inner belief as to why you started. You're going to have the journey laid out, most likely. But you're also going to have hurdles. You're going to have people who don't want to see you succeed. You're going to have people that want to bring you down. And you're going to have people that don't understand what you're doing. I want to have you think for a minute. You ever think back to a situation in your life where something has happened to you that has changed your life dramatically for the better? Something you didn't see coming. Something that just happened and seemed out of the blue, but it changed your life forever. You became a changed person. That's an example of something that you didn't see coming just happening and transforming your life. That is an example of you putting in work towards achieving something, not realizing when the outcome presents itself, but then when it does present itself, you're like, wow, this is a great feeling, and I'm so happy I did this. But the truth of the matter is, those few seconds or a few minutes of feeling like the man or the woman on top of the mountain, they're usually foreshadowed or engulfed in a darkness of doubt, hate, pity, and people just not want to see you succeed. And a lot of this does come on your own accord as well. You know, I say time and time again how crypto, specifically being an asset class that has made many investors a lot of money, how when there's something involved where someone wins and someone loses, they're going to unfortunately get good actors in the space, bad actors. You're going to get people who agree with you, disagree with you. And when it comes to your own journey, it's going to be periods of reflection. And in this case, when the market's red, the going reaction is to have doubts, have fears. And then when the market is green, the going reaction is to feel good, have that confirmation bias that everything is going to be okay, right? So, you know, when people go on their investment journey, whether it's day one or a few years out, they come to a point where they reach the crossroads where maybe they don't exactly believe in what they're doing, but they know it's what they have to do to get from point A to point B. It's that period, that situation where you don't know what you're doing specifically is what you have to do to get to point B, but you know you have to go along that same path to eventually get to B. You know, I say it all the time since I started my channel. Drive your own car. Drive your own vehicle. There's a reason why we only have one driver in a car, because only one person can steer that car as to where it goes. Yeah, you might have someone next to you in the front seat. Maybe you got a couple friends in the back seat. They can direct you. They can tell you, hey, you're going the wrong way. They can say, hey, stupid, turn around. But at the end of the day, you're driving your own car. You decide where it goes. You also decide who comes in that car with you. You can't decide what they say, what they do. You can't decide sometimes what car you have, the situation you're dealt, your life. You know, a lot of us come from different backgrounds. Some of you are younger. You're going into college. You want to pay off your college. You want to set yourself up. You don't want to work a job for 30 years. Some of you are already in a job. You want to have more time for your pets, your kids. You want to go traveling. And some of you are older where you just want to, you know, help your grandkids out. Whatever your case is, whatever your destination is, your goals are, it's special because it's your goals. It's your mission. It's your life. It's a reflection of what you want, your desires. We're not here to judge you based on what you want, where you are, where you came from, or what you want to do. We're here to make progress, not become perfectionists, but make progress towards achieving a better future. And how you achieve a better future is by working on today, the here and now. And that's the That's the truth of the matter, right? It's because a lot of us don't want to be here for the red, the bad times. We want to be here for the green. In life, you look at it like you don't want to be there for a breakup because you feel like garbage. You want to be there for the honeymoon phase where you're with your girl or maybe with your guy for, whatever. And you're just like, you're feeling good. You're on that first date, whatever. It's the same when you get like, say you're a gamer, you get that brand new video game. You're enjoying it. You're having fun. You're playing with your friends. You're crushing them, whatever. And all of a sudden the game's over. Or you get to a roadblock and you're like, crap, this game sucks. Or your system breaks. Something happens you didn't expect it, a curveball. And you got to react. I said it before, I'll say it again. A lot of this market, like life, is a reaction-based market. Life's the same way. Maybe Monday through Saturday ends up being good for you. Sunday, you get hit with a curveball. You get hit with a sickness, a disease. You get into a fight with the friends. Your partner breaks up with you. You get cut from your sport team. You skip school, you get detention, whatever the case may be. You get mugged on vacation. A lot of these things are reactionary based. Are you going to react as if you're a victim? Poor me, help me. Or are you going to react and be like, you know what? This happened. This is where I'm at right now. This is my choices that I'm living with, that I'm making. These are my future, my goals that I want to accomplish. And this is the path I'm going to take. And then you do whatever it takes to continue on that path. Sometimes you're walking. Sometimes you're running. Sometimes you're looking over your shoulder. Sometimes you fall down, whether you fall down yourself or you get pushed down. And sometimes you're getting pulled in different directions. You don't know where to go. That's the beauty of the journey. That's what, maybe you're taught that's the dark path of a journey, is the uncertainty, the unknown. If you look it up, the fear of the unknown is one of the biggest fears out there in the market, in real life too. One of the biggest fears in real life, above the fear of death, is the fear of public speaking, what I'm doing right now. Think back when you were in school, or if you're in school now, when you had to talk in front of the class, the teacher said, okay, you're up, Benjamin, time to talk. And your whole class is just staring at you. How'd you feel? You felt nervous, you're stuttering, you're sweating. You had your whole script planned out. You didn't know what you were going to say. It comes like, it comes out differently. And then at the end of it, what happens? Your class claps for you. You feel better. You're like, wow, I just did something I didn't think I could do. And you find out it was the move you had to make. Despite not knowing in that situation it was going to be good. Now, I'm not saying your journey is going to be all glory. You're going to have failures, many failures. I'll tell you a personal anecdote of mine. I failed multiple careers, 2 or 3 careers already. I started 4 businesses. They all failed. It's not about trying to be perfect. It's about doing what you can with what you have and getting better. That's what all this is, right? That's why I always tell you guys, and I say in my Discord, if you're a Discord member, focus on progress, not perfection. Make a move. See, a lot of people, they're afraid to make a move because they're afraid to be wrong. They're afraid to make a mistake. They're afraid to fail. It's the fear of rejection that holds many people back, unfortunately, but it is a common action that is taken by many people. People are afraid to be judged. They're afraid to be wrong. And that, unfortunately, is what holds back many investors. The reason why so many of your peers right now are out of the market, it's not by accident. It's not because they just heard something wrong. It's because they lost confidence in themselves. They lost confidence and faith in the process. They no longer believe they can accomplish what they initially thought they could do. They walked away right before they succeeded. Failure is often greatest right before you reach success. And that is a fact. I showed you guys a recent picture of the guy who is mining for gold or mining for treasure. And right before he gets to the end of it, he walks away with his head down. You can't be like that. You cannot be like that. When I was in college, I remember I had this one professor. He ended up getting fired because people gave him bad reviews. He was the hardest professor. I'll never forget this. He was known for never giving anyone an A. He always gave everybody like a C or B. You had to really be a top student to earn a good grade in his class. He would ask you a question in class, you answer it, and he'd be like, okay, why? He always asked for an open-ended answer. And he loved debates, loved it. And I remember Initially, my first couple of weeks, my friends were in the class with me. They dropped out. One guy even walked out the first day. I'll never forget. But I stayed. I was like, you know what? This is a challenge that I'm gonna undergo and see what happens. I stayed. And when I tell you, I was one of the few people that got an A in that class. I'm to this day, I'm still shocked because I was never the most book smart person, but I'm very good at like researching, trying to find answers and just not giving up in general. My drive is very good. I'm very blessed, from my parents and stuff, that I have a good work ethic. And I walked out of that class. We went from a class of like 70 to a class of 12. Yes, 12. And I was like, holy crap, I can't believe I just did that. And that's what's going to happen for many of you for crypto. Right now, the ones who are investing. Maybe right now your portfolio is flat. Maybe right now you're like, oh, these picks suck. But when I tell you the market's going to recover, I'm not just saying that to tell you what you want to hear. I'm telling you from experience of what I've seen in the market. The market moves in waves. We have cycles for a reason. Okay? When altcoin season takes place, when Bitcoin reaches a new all-time high, you're going to look back at this moment and you're going to evaluate what you've been doing. Did I actually do what had to be done? Am I proud of what I've been doing these last couple of years? Or am I going to hate myself for what I didn't do? For what I was told to do but failed to do? Are you going to be another statistic? Or are you going to do something about it and change your life? This is not a feel-good video. I'm telling you guys from personal experience. I failed so many careers. I failed at life so many times. I even had someone tell me, you'll never make it. I'll never forget it. It was a phone call conversation. I was applying for a position in my major for school. And the guy said on my phone, he's like, you're never going to make it. And I remember hearing that exactly. I knew exactly where I was at the time it happened. And I was like, man, I can't rely on anybody else but myself. I'm very thankful I have a supportive family, friends. But at the end of the day, you have to rely on yourself. You are your biggest supporter. Your biggest supporter and your biggest critic. But relax on yourself a little bit. Don't critique yourself so much. A lot of you guys, and I see the comments even on my live streams, where some of you are going through some rough patches. I totally get it. I even had someone on Discord telling me, he's like, John, I have to retire in crypto. I can't do this anymore. And I felt that. I felt that pain. I was like, I get it. When I was working my job as security, there was a moment where I was eating dinner one night and no one on my job knows this, but I was like, holy crap, I was about to lose it. I was like, I cannot do this anymore. I'm making less than 20 bucks an hour. I'm fighting people. It was just so stressful. I never knew going into work if I was going to come back, like not in the hospital at some point, like not getting hurt or getting fired, getting a 2% raise every year. I was a great worker. I was great at what I did. I always gave it my all, just like I'm doing now. I always give my all. But that's the thing, right? Anything worth having in life is something you have to work very hard at. Otherwise, what's the point of achieving it? Think about it, right? If you want to get in amazing shape, what do you have to do? Go to the gym multiple times per week. If you want to get lean, become healthy, what do you have to do? Cook your food, eat healthy, which I'm working on right now. If you want to, promote at your job, become a boss, what do you have to do? Work your ass off, or some connections. If you want to be a good investor, what do you have to do? What your peers are not doing. Stay in the market for one, invest in the market for two, buy when no one's buying, and hold. Wait for the altcoin season. Wait for the time to take profits. Even if you don't feel like it's coming, even if you lose confidence in yourself, even if you lose faith. It's not about waking up every day feeling great. I've said it before. There's times where I wake up and I hate the day from when I first wake up. And I'm like, what the hell? Why do I feel like garbage? I'm not going to lie to you and tell you I feel good every day. But I know no matter what, when I wake up, I'm not hitting my head on that pillow that night until I know I did something productive. It could be a small thing or it can be a large thing. But that's my mindset every single day. Whether it's fitness, business, relationships, I am always working towards something. And that is what you're doing now as an investor. You're working towards your future, your financial freedom. And I said it, in the past, you can motivate yourself through two different ways: pleasure or pain. Pain was a bigger motivator for me. Wanting to leave my job, wanting to help my family out, wanting to be financially free, and wanting to be away from the control of the man. A job that can just let you go. Having my control of my life back. It can be pleasure too for you. Maybe you want to go on vacations, be a travel person, go on 5 vacations a year. Maybe you want to have a farm with your family and have a bunch of pets. Or like I always say, going to the movies on a Tuesday, and shout out to that person who made an X post on that. Listen, I'm not here to judge you or say your dream is stupid or you can't accomplish your goals. All I'm saying is, during the times of flatness or uncertainty, you have to remind yourself of why you're doing what you're doing. The journey is not meant to be a direct, straight path. There's going to be times where you fall down or times where you step back and evaluate what's going on. But you have to be honest with yourself too. You can't just be like, oh yeah, I'll see how it goes. You can't be guessing. You got to make good decisions, even if in the moment you're not sure if what you're doing is the right decision. And then you evaluate from there and you get better. You stack your small wins and turn them into bigger wins. You stack your losses as learning experiences to get those wins. You can't win without losing. You can't. You cannot win or achieve success without failing in the process. Otherwise, you can argue and say you never achieved real success. I watch a lot of celebrities or people that went from nothing to something, interviews on YouTube. And when I see so many inspiring stories, like one of the authors in my book, his name is Eckhart Tolle. He went from a homeless person to a best-selling author. When I see stories like that, or people who went from literally nothing, like way worse situations than the average person, to somebody, and I see the work ethic, the mentality they had to have to do what they had to do day in and day out, regardless of how they felt, that inspires me more than anything else. And that is why I try to lead a life, by the way, of pushing forward in many facets. Which again, if you're feeling super stressed out, this is why I say have an outlet. Go to the gym, read a book, play a sport, hang out with your friends, your family, your partner, whatever. Do something that's not entirely crypto too, if you feel like this is becoming too much. That's a tactic that I implement sometimes if I feel like I'm getting a little, too overwhelmed. We're human. It happens to all of us. I don't want to rant too long, but this is a video that many of you it'll hit home for. Because listen, maybe I'm not in your shoes directly, but man, my journey has been a crazy one. But I would not take it back for anything in the world. Because it's the bad moments or the moments of growth that define you, for one, because you realize, wow, I can't believe I did this. And you see that transformation happen over a period of time. It's those moments that shape you forever. And it's those moments that really teach you what you need to know about yourself. And a lot of you guys right now who are losing confidence in yourself, who are losing doubt in what you're doing, at the end of the day, you control whether you succeed or fail. No one else. I really hope this video helped you guys. If you have any feedback, any questions, anything you want to share about your journey, by all means, drop a comment down below. Be more than happy to see that. If you appreciate this video and want to see more videos like this, I can talk for days on this topic, then leave a like. It really helps let me know that you guys enjoy this kind of content. With that being said, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.